guys, it's Erin here and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I'm going to be doing a study with me finals week edition. So I have 3 online exams within the next few weeks. They're actually all on Thursday and they're all at 9 a.m. of that. And so I thought I would just do a video just going over like how I study for those 3 exams. And so I'm going to be filming like a bunch of different days. And actually I was supposed to have 4 exams, but one of my exams for marketing got canceled and he ended up just making everything else, so like our midterm and our final project, worth more. So it's currently 10:51 and it is April 6th, so a Monday. And my first exam is this upcoming Thursday. I have Econ first, and I'm going to spend the next hour just making notes and going over what exactly I need to know for this exam. I'm just going to make a whole document, so we're going to go do that. I figured I should probably clean up this area a little bit because it's a little bit messy. This is from like when I was doing my operations assignment. I have like stuff everywhere, so we're going to clean it up just because it's easier to study in a clean space. Okay, so I have organized my area and I only have my essentials out right now, so I can get to work. So I thought I'll just do like a basic summary of how exactly I'm studying for this exam. I use Microsoft OneNote when I do my notes, and this right here is my teacher actually posted. It's super helpful. Main topics of this chapter and like what we need to know is right here. So he posted a bunch of like important class notes that I'm gonna look through. As well as the lecture slides, as well as my actual notes that I've taken in class. I write all of my notes handwritten just because I feel like that's one of the best ways that I can like stay focused in class. I'm going to be looking over at those 3 things to create these notes. So it's a little bit later now. It's like 10:10. I know I procrastinated, not even gonna lie. That's what I'm doing right now. So I'm just finishing up the last of my notes. I'm literally on slide 61 and there's 65. So we are just going to go ahead and finish this up. Okay, so my notes are all done for chapter 4 and 5. It's pretty late, so I'm just gonna do one more thing. I don't know if you can see that well because it's kind of small, but I've put all like the multiple choice questions that my teacher gave me, and so I'm gonna go over them. He also has the answers so I can check them, which is good. I'm gonna highlight the right answer and then also make notes. So hey guys, it's 1:30 and tomorrow is my first exam. So I'll show you guys what I've been doing so far. I changed it up a little bit just because originally I was going through each chapter and like going through each slide and like writing every single detail down. But I decided to just go through my class notes instead because like that's the most important stuff. And then I've gone through and I've done like all of the multiple choice questions that my teacher's given us. Hey guys, so it's a lot later from when I last updated you guys, but it is currently 11:13 and I'm going to like quit studying for tonight. I did the practice final that my teacher posted on our website as just like a practice to get used to like doing the exam online, because like this is really new for a lot of us, and it was all multiple choice, and like I didn't do bad on it, but I did get stuff wrong. And so what I actually did was I took a picture of every single question on this practice exam. There's about 35 questions, so then I can like look back at them and just kind of like see where I went wrong. And it was kind of hard because like I said, you don't know what answers you got right and which ones you got wrong. And so what I did is I wrote them all out and I like went over each question, figured out if it was like right or wrong. I even looked at some of my notes just to like double check. It took me a long time to do this, but I finally found, or I think I found the 7. I don't know if it's actually right, but it's close enough. I don't know if I've mentioned it before, but I like keep track of how many hours I spend per day doing studying. So today's grand total is 7 hours and 48 minutes. So pretty long day of studying, but also the day before exams I just always study more. So good morning guys, it's currently 8:53 and my exam is in 7 minutes, so I'm just sitting here waiting to take it. So hey guys, today is now Saturday, April the 11th, and I did my exam on the 9th and it actually went pretty well. Really happy with what I got, and now we are officially done econ and I can move on to my next exam. Yesterday my teacher had opened up a practice exam, but there's actually another practice test today at 11, so you only have to do one of the quizzes. He only is doing two because like they only can be done at specific times, so like to accommodate to people's schedules. But the reason I wanted to do both of them is because when I did the first one, I took a picture of all the questions like I always do. Obviously we don't get the answers to the questions, so we only get like how we did on it. So kind of like what I did for econ, I'm gonna go through them all and try to like get the right answer for it. So it has been a while since I last updated you guys for this video. The last time that I studied for my exam was on Saturday. So Saturday I did one of the practice quizzes and it actually went pretty well. I got only one question wrong, so I was really happy about that. Anyway, so yeah, I did that on Saturday. On Sunday was Easter, so I didn't do any work. And then yesterday, which was Monday, I also didn't do any work because I spent the majority of the day going to my apartment at university to bring back a bunch of stuff. Vlogged it, of course. Yeah, I just did not do any yesterday, and then today I did a little bit of work. I went over some of like the questions that I took pictures of and tried to like figure them out and find the right answer, so I have something done. So it is the day before the exam. The last like hour or so I've been going through the rest of the multiple choice questions and like figuring out the right answer. So there's 20 in each quiz and there's 2 quizzes, so a total of 40. And I think after lunch is when I'll do the assignment, the optional assignment. I looked at it, it has 62 questions, which is a lot. Hopefully it won't take me too long and hopefully I can actually finish it today. Because usually these assignments take me more than a day to do, and even if I don't finish it today, then I'll still like obviously finish it before it's due, which is I believe on Saturday, and today's Wednesday, so we got time. Also, can I just say, it's like snowing outside today, which like Canadian weather. It stopped snowing, I believe right now, but there's like snow on the ground, and for reference, today is like April 15th, so we love that. Okay, so it is about 1:30 now. I ate lunch and I just finished up with doing my questions, like all the multiple choice questions, going over and stuff. It took me a while to figure out how to do the ones that I got wrong, but they're finally done. And now we're going to start the 62 question assignment. So wish me luck. So hey guys, it's a little bit later now. I'm sorry I didn't like film throughout the day. I just was working really hard on my assignment and I finally finished it, so that's really great. So you know how I like keep track of like how many hours I spend a day doing homework and stuff like that. I'll show you guys today. So as you can see, April 15th, I did 8 hours and 46 minutes today. So really great and really proud about that. Just ignore the only 10 minutes that I did yesterday. But the majority of the time I did spend on my assignment. I think it says this is the one for today and I spent 7 hours and 16 minutes on that. Anyways, my goal is to go to sleep at 12. But before I go to sleep, I wanted to go through a few of my notes again. So what I was doing like while I was going through the quiz questions and also while I was going through the assignment is I kind of just like broke down all the chapters. So this exam is only on 5 chapters, which is pretty good because it was originally supposed to be like a oh my god, what's that word? I can't English right now. Cumulative. That's the word. But anyways, it was supposed to be on all the chapters and now it's only on 5, which is really good. But what I did is I wrote down all of them and I kind of like wrote down like the main topics of each of them. This test is open book and so I have my handy dandy textbook. The reason I wanted to do this is because like for example, if like one of the questions about, I don't know, waiting lines, I know that it's in module D, so I'm not like looking through all 5 of the chapters for this. I'm just going to module D to look for it. So I'm kind of just like organizing it like that and making it easier. We love the fact though that it's open book because, okay, actually for this subject, we were gonna get like cheat sheets anyways, so I'm not that surprised. This is the cheat sheet that I wrote for my midterm. Guys, look how small I had to write this. I know, it's crazy. So this side was like all definitions and then this side was all calculations and formulas. So this was like my first class that I ever was able to use a cheat sheet in, so I was really happy about it and so I obviously went all out. So the only bad thing is like I can't even use this cheat sheet or like I can't even refer to this when I do the final because it's not cumulative, whatever the word is, and so my exam's not even on this stuff, so that kind of sucks. Anyways, I'm gonna continue going through my notes. So good morning guys, it's now 8:27. I'm just making myself some breakfast right now. While I wait for breakfast to cook, I'm just going to review some of the notes. 2 exams done, 1 more left to go. So I just finished my other exam, it went okay, and now I have to study for my last and final exam, and it's the one that I'm dreading the most just because it's the hardest subject and I just can't seem to comprehend anything. Anyways, so I thought that since this is going to be my hardest exam, I'm going to start studying right away for it, and I still need to go over some notes. I started this like a while back. I don't know if I think I did it in my like online school day, watched videos that my teacher posted online, so I did that for 1 chapter, but I still have 2 more chapters to do, so probably today and tomorrow I'm going to focus on getting the content from those 2 chapters done, and I'm hoping like doing it now I will like it's learning a new topic, but also like I'll be able to absorb it more than like if I learned the topic like a while ago, I would forget it and I'd have to reteach it to myself, if that makes sense. So I'm on chapter 24 right now. I know chapter 25 is really long, so I'm not excited for that one. 15 videos that I have to watch, and like some of these videos are 23 minutes, so it's gonna take quite a bit of time. But I wrote down, because like I don't know if I mentioned this before, I think I did in my other video, but I write down the like base of the questions and then I go in and watch the videos and fill it out. So I did all like the writing parts for chapter 24, so after I watch the video on this I'm gonna have to do the writing parts for chapter 25. I started chapter 25, this much of notes. I still have a long way to go, and I know like yesterday I barely spent time studying, but at least I did something. But so what happened is I think I mentioned this in my other video, but I like to watch Netflix when I write like the base notes. Usually I watch The Office, but yesterday, like, you know how Netflix has like the top 10 shows in like whatever country you're from? I saw that, and number 1 was obviously Tiger King. I've never seen it, but the second show was the show called Outer Banks, and I think it arrived on Netflix like either like the 15th or something like that, like really recently. I watched the trailer for it like on Netflix and it looked kind of good, so I started watching that and I ended up finishing the whole freaking season in 1 day. yay. I don't know, it just like when I started watching it, it was really good. Totally recommend it if you need a show to watch on Netflix. But anyways, so the plan for today is to go over and do the rest of chapter 25 notes because this is the last chapter. Hey guys, I don't remember the last time I filmed for this video. It's been a while and I kind of forgot, so I'm sorry. I finished doing the notes for chapter 25, so I wrote them all out and then I watched all the videos. It literally took me forever. Yesterday I went over my finance exam and my teacher actually posted like the solutions for the exam or the midterm, and so there were a few things that I got wrong, so I went ahead and just like looked over my answers, tried to figure out where I went wrong. That's what I did yesterday, and that's all I did yesterday. I know it was not very productive. So for today, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start doing the textbook questions, and then what I'm also doing is, because I'm doing my textbook questions in this notebook, but this notebook also has all of my notes in it, and so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put all like the formula stuff on this sheet of paper so that I don't have to like flip through the thing. Eventually I'm hoping if I do like enough questions, I'll start to like memorize the formula. So hey guys, it's currently almost 10:30, the last like hour or so, and yesterday what I was doing was I was finishing up my notes. So in like this notebook I have all of my notes for like chapters 15 to 25, and these are just like my class notes, but they're like welly written that like I'm going to use them as my study notes. So the majority of what this is just like definitions and stuff, and then there's like practice problems. And so what I did is I went in and I put a little sticky note tab thing. I don't know what you want to call this. Oh, I just realized that plant was in the way. But yeah, I put these like little sticky tab things for each chapter, so then I can just easily get to each chapter. And then I also went ahead and while looking over my notes, I just kind of wrote like the main topics of each chapter. And then I also went ahead and wrote down like all the important formulas that I could find. The majority of today, or like this morning / afternoon, we'll be reviewing the mock exam questions. I'm gonna do a second like mock exam, and I'm hoping that the questions are different. Okay, so hi guys, it is currently now, oh my phone just shut off. It's 10:06 and I just finished the quiz. So good news, I got 100. Bad news, it was pretty much identical to the one I just did. I wanted it to be different so I can like practice with different questions. So I guess I'm just gonna have to do a bunch of different textbook questions to really get ready. There was one question that was actually different. It was the exact same question, just different numbers. So that was good, but the other ones were the exact same numbers, exact same questions, but I still feel like I did all of the calculations. So I'm probably just gonna review some of my notes and go over some textbook questions and then call it a night. So I just want to show you guys another like way that I like to study, to go over these like questions that we did in class, just because it's been a while since I've done them. So usually what I do is like I cover the question with the whiteboard, do it on the whiteboard, and then like compare my answers. Okay, so I changed up my camera setup a little bit. The lighting's better. It's super nice and sunny out today, which I love. Oh, let me show you guys actually, because you've just been seeing the boringness of me studying. So it's so sunny out and the sky is so blue. It's still kind of cold though, which is kind of upsetting. It's currently 1 degree. So for the last little bit, what I've been doing is I decided the best way to study, in my opinion, for this and like with what time I have. I wrote out all of the questions. So this is like the format of my exam. I will review all chapters. I'm just going in order of most important. Time for the textbook questions. Okay, so it's a little bit later. It's currently 10:09 and I've been off and on studying, but today I've done, it's gonna be 4 hours and 55 minutes, so almost 5 hours. So definitely not as much as I thought I would, because like last exam, the day before I studied like 8 or so hours. It's already at 10, so I'm only gonna do maybe like an hour or so more. I don't know why whenever I study, it's always a super big mess. So I'm going to tidy it up a little bit because it needs to be clean for when I take the exam. So I organized it up a little bit more. I'm in the middle of just going over some more of these like questions. So good morning guys, it's currently 8:23. Just like looking over some last minute finance notes, but I'm also currently making breakfast. So we got some tater tots cooking, and I'm also toasting some bread, and I think I'm gonna have an egg too. Okay, so it is 5 minutes to 9 and I'm just waiting for them to open the exam. I got my calculator and all the essentials that I'll need. So, wish me luck.